in progress.
Okay. Yes, I can. Next, roll call. We'll start with Chair Morrissey.
I've been advised to get my mic to come on, and it's not coming on, but I'm going to say I'm here.
One up there.
There we go. Thank you.
Okay. Commissioner Rosales,
Present?
Vice Chair Anthony,
Present.
Commissioner Redgate,
Present.
Commissioner Gonzalez,
Here.
Commissioner Obama, Commissioner Dodds, absent.
Okay. Do we have any communications on matters not on the agenda?
Chair Morrissey, we do not this evening.
Thank you. Can we get a motion for the approval of the minutes of the prior meeting?
Motion to approve.
Commissioner Rosales, second.
Second.
Commissioner Anthony, please vote.
Let the record show the motion passes 5-0.
No items on the consent calendar. No items on the transportation items, so we can get right to the public hearing items. Item 4 is the consideration of a CUP for a mixed light cannabis cultivation facility within 25 hoop house structures totaling 43,375 square feet, located at 1,319 Sleepy Indian Road. Could I get disclosures, please? Beginning with you, Commissioner Anthony.
Staff report and drove by the site.
Thank you. Commissioner Gonzalez.
Staff report.
Commissioner Rosales.
Staff report and a few emails.
I read the staff report, visited the site, spoke to the owner, and read a few emails. Commissioner Redgate.
Staff report and emails.
Okay.
Technical difficulties. There we go. Good evening, Chair, Commissioners. Dane Thompson with the City of Oceanside Planning Department, presenting tonight's item, the South Mara Hills 47 Cannabis Cultivation CUP. Tonight, staff is recommending that the Planning Commission recommend City Council approval of the project as proposed. The project location is a 1.88 acre portion of the larger 78 acre site located at 1319 Sleeping Indian Road. The site is located within the South Mara Hills neighborhood planning area, and the site has a land use and zoning designation of agricultural. The site currently hosts a variety of agricultural operations, including cultivation of industrial hemp and 25 existing hoop houses. South Mara Hills 47 LLC was granted a local license in 2019, and both a local license as well as a CUP is required to operate. The project is a request to convert those 25 existing hoop houses currently growing industrial hemp to cultivate commercial cannabis. All operations would take place indoors in a mixed light environment, which includes natural as well as artificial light. The 25 existing hoop houses total around 43,000 square feet and are separated into 5 hoop house clusters. Each hoop house cluster would have 5 hoop houses. Each hoop house itself would be 30 feet wide, 58 feet deep, and 17.5 feet tall. Public access would be strictly prohibited from the site, and 20 parking spaces are proposed. The applicant does not expect more than 8 employees. Per the city code, 24-hour armed security is required for all cannabis facilities. A double-layer security fence is proposed by the applicant to be equipped with 16 360-degree surveillance cameras. And then each existing hoop house would be fitted with 1 surveillance. Odor control would be provided in the indoor environment through a negative air pressure system with carbon scrubbers, as is required by the code. In addition to that, fans would be fitted with exterior misting bars, and additional odor control could be provided if necessary through odor neutralizers added to the water wall evaporative cooling system shown. Staff has reviewed the project and found it consistent with all applicable codes, regulations, and policies. The project was found to be consistent with the general plan, agricultural land use designation, as well as the policies related to land use compatibility and agricultural uses. The project is compliant with the development standards of the zoning ordinance for the agricultural accessory structures, as well as the cultivation. Ongoing compliance would be ensured through annual compliance audits for city code operational requirements, and a state license would be required through the California Department of Cannabis Control. For CEQA, staff finds the project to be eligible for a Class 1 existing facilities categorical exemption, as the request would repurpose existing structures used for industrial hemp cultivation for the production of commercial cannabis, and therefore would not be expansion of use. The project has complied with the city's enhanced notification policy, including notices that were sent out to surrounding property owners and occupants. The applicant also held a community outreach meeting on the Milano Farms property in September, and to date, staff has received 2 letters of support, and 3 additional letters of support were provided by the applicant. With that, staff recommends that the Planning Commission confirm issuance of a Class 1 categorical exemption and recommend City Council approval of the proposed project. That concludes my presentation. I'll be available for questions, and the applicant is here to say a few words. Thank you.
Came to make sure you guys, if anybody had any questions, I could field any questions you had. We're very proud to be part of the Oceanside community, and I'm sorry, my name's Dwayne DeLarco. I'm the COO of the company. By education, my education is architecture, so I'm the one who does design work, etc. And with that in mind, I thought I was probably the best one to field any questions, anything from structure to, I know, frequently the most concern is odor, but the advantage we have here is we've been there for the better part of 2 years already as a hemp cultivator, but we are what the head of the agriculture department for the county of San Diego refers to as the only serious hemp breeder. We actually hold licenses for both cultivation and for breeding. When it comes to hemp breeding, what that actually means is what we do is we take cannabis and we, through multiple cycles, breed it down to what a hemp derivative would be. So it'd be under 0.3. So we're starting out with a full strength cannabis, and through 8 cycles of breeding, we're breeding it down to an industrial hemp. It can actually be shipped all through the United States and actually even international. But the point of that is the fact that we actually have had for quite a long time cannabis on the property in the breeding cycle down there. If you, any of the officials that have so far been on property, you can notice that even with the houses with the meshing around them, which will be sealed for negative pressure coming up, even open, even when you're on property, you can't smell it. But once we turn around and go to negative pressure, it'll be even more contained. And even one of our neighbors is here, who's the closest neighbor, who can attest that over the time we've been there, as the closest resident, he can't smell anything. So, but like I say, I'm mainly here to be able to field any questions. Right. Well, I think we did the impossible, because during a time when you can't get 3 people to agree that the sky is blue, we actually got 100% of the neighbors to actually endorse us. And I was pretty proud of that, because that means we've done a good job of being a good neighbor. Thank you.
Yes, Chair Marcy, we do. Would you like me to proceed? Yes. Okay. All right. If you'll come in the order that your name is on the screen, state your name clearly for the chamber recording as well as the gallery. You'll have 3 minutes to speak, and I think that's it. So first up is David Flint.
I'll do a correction to the name. It's David Flynn. And hello, commissioners and chair. I'm a resident in South Morrill Hills, and I just wanted to put a word of support in for the Campbell family, which is behind the project. I've lived in South Morrill Hills for over 25 years now. As I think most of you are aware, it's a pretty unique part of the city. Agriculture is paramount in the area. We've been trying to work for many years, and many people with a lot of time to figure out how to keep the farmers there so that we can keep that little jewel of Oceanside here. It's a wonderful place. And I think a project like this fits the spirit of what we're trying to do to keep the farmers intact and be able to be viable in our area of Oceanside. I've been there long enough to be able to speak to the family and Justin Campbell specifically, that they've been responsible farmers. They've been quick to respond in a very positive way when certain issues may come up, because it's inevitable that problems develop. So I think this is a project that's in the spirit of trying to keep the farmers here. And I think the operator is an ideal operator for the project that we have. Thank you. Thank you for your time.
Next to speak, please, Dennis Martinek.
Yes, Dennis Martinek, longtime resident of Oceanside. We've been there for over 40 years. I live at 1537 Sleeping Indian, so we're about a half a mile north of the project, and we do get occasional aromas, smells. As my dad said, they're good, healthy smells. Okay, once in a while you'll get the smell of compost or mulch, something along that line. But the main concern of our neighbors and the ones I've spoken to as recently as this afternoon all support the project. We see that it is compatible with the objectives in the city's master plan. And that master plan has been in effect for 40 years. I helped work on it going back that far, at least as it relates to agriculture. There are 2 parts of the master plan that I'll read. very short, to identify, conserve, and enhance Oceanside's agricultural area. This is the policy stated in the master plan. And then also, the city shall assure in all actions that the legal parcels or interests in agricultural lands are of sufficient size to viably conduct agricultural practices. So the plan is very clear in supporting agriculture, and that's what we've done in our area for all these years. Some of the projects we've fought, like North River Farms, took agricultural land that was prime agriculture. That was herb time, where they had an herb farm that was one of the largest in the country. It was sad to see that go because it's not a compatible project. Something along what the Campbells are proposing make a lot of sense, and would like to see more of that in our area. I know we compliment the city council for encouraging staff and requiring staff to take clustered housing out of the planning process now for our area. We're looking at a specific plan, and they're to be complimented. Clustered housing is not compatible with farming and agriculture. It's urban sprawl, okay? It's not smart growth. And by all means, smart growth to be supported. It saves money in the long run, makes it so that the city better utilizes the resources that it has, provides better housing, and again, makes the community better overall. Thank you. So we do support the project.
Hello, my name is Michelle Castellano-Keeler, and my family owns and operates Milano & Company in South Morrow Hills. We farm cut flowers in that area and have been doing so for a very long time. We support this project at a time when farming is becoming less and less viable, and the city claims to want to preserve agriculture. Projects like this should not only be supported, but I encourage the city to eliminate as many barriers, including financial barriers, as possible. If you want to preserve farming, you've got to make it easier for the farmer out there. So we absolutely support this project. While I'm not here officially on behalf of the South Morrow Hills Association, I am a board member, and our association supports this project. Our association encourages the preservation of agriculture, and that includes cannabis, hemp, and any crop out there. As a farmer, I do want to encourage you to look at this project as an agricultural project and not look at it as a cannabis project. I think people get wrapped up in that. We have a variety of crops out there. Some are very expensive crops. Some smell. There's all kinds of things going on out there. So I really encourage you to look at this as an agricultural project, preserving agriculture, and we absolutely support it. And I'm happy to answer any questions if you have any. Thank you so much.
That concludes our speakers who have signed up previously, but if you'd still like to speak and come forward, you can have 3 minutes. Just approach the podium and state your name for the gallery, please.
My name is Duncan Stance. I am the closest neighbor to this project. And from day one, they've been a great neighbor to me. And as brought up before, there are a lot of soil smells, a lot of mulch smells. Never once have I ever smelled this project. So I am in full support and just wanted to give my 2 cents.
Thank you. Just bring it back to the commission. I will say one thing. I did talk to Mr. Campbell. He owns the property, and we spoke about odor, and he said he has great relationships with all his neighbors, and he said if there's a problem, he'll take care of it. So I feel that that's not an issue in this case. So Tom Rosales, Commissioner Rosales.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you for your input, everyone. I think this one's pretty straightforward and easy to support because, as one of the speakers said, it may be a new sort of use of ag land out there, a different type of crop. but it supports the idea that agriculture should continue out there, and there should be opportunities that the farmers and the farming community should be able to invest in, and this sounds like a very good use of that land out there to do this particular operation. So it preserves the idea of agriculture in that area. Again, very, very easy to support because I think most of Oceanside's community, the council included, supports the continuation of agricultural use in Morro Hill. So very easy for me to support this. I'll make a motion to support it.
Okay, Commissioner Gonzalez.
Thank you. I just wanted to commend the applicant for their community outreach plan. As you mentioned, getting everybody to agree on anything is a feat. So, yeah, we might want to learn from your ways, how you were able to manage that. I think having ongoing communication and dialogue with your neighbors is never a bad thing, and I think it pays off when you have a project like this. So I'm just grateful for this community outreach plan. Thank you.
Okay, so Commissioner Rosales made a motion. Do I have a second?
I'll second.
Commissioner Anthony, second the motion. Please vote.
Let the record show the motion passes 5-0.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Very much appreciate it.
You bet.
Be very happy to be part of the Oceanside community.
Okay, so moving along. I see no discussion items tonight. Miscellaneous actions, none. So city planners, commissioners report, and I'd like to start off on that. This is Tom Rosales's and Luis Bama's last meeting. And Kevin. Kevin's not here tonight, but and Kevin. But I just want to address those that are here, and I just want to say for me, Luis has been on the commission for 20 years. Tom has been on the board for 16 years. And for me, they've been just a great inspiration, and they've done the City of Oceanside proud. I think the City of Oceanside owes them a huge thank you for their work. Louise, being an architect, she always had this great sense of humor, and she got her point across when it came to aesthetics in a way that was just amazing. And she's just a great person, entrepreneur. And then Tom, with his sewer and water engineer, he brought a very common sense and temperate approach to whenever there was a lot of chaos going on. Tom always seemed to bring the tempo down and find common ground. So for me personally, I just really want to thank you, and I think I speak for the whole Planning Commission. So that's what I wanted to say tonight. And for Kevin, Kevin's been here 4 years, and so, he's not here tonight either, but I want to thank him for his service as well. And anyway, for Tom and Kevin and Louise, best of luck for whatever your next step and next chapter takes. So, Commissioner Anthony.
I'd like to say that it's been an honor serving on the commission with you, also with Louise and Kevin. I'm still in my first term, and it was very nerve-wracking in the beginning, especially that big box that we got for that first meeting that I attended. But you guys have always seemed to have things under control, seem so smooth. So just wanted to echo Tom's remarks on that. So thank you for serving.
Commissioner Gonzalez.
Thank you to everyone who serves and steps into that role. It's greatly appreciated. The community definitely needs voices on these commissions. So anybody who steps up to that is A-OK in my book. I also wanted to share, this is our reports, right? Or are we just speaking to, okay. Thank you, I want to share some thanks to Oscar and Darlene and Mary Sue for hustling to get me to that planning academy. It was really a valuable time. I'm really, I think the next one's going to be, they already have the dates, it's up in Monterey, March. They have the new agenda up, and I'd encourage us to get on top of sending the new commissioners or getting them enrolled. It was very valuable and affirmed. It was interesting to learn from folks different ways. As y'all know, community engagement is kind of my prime focus, and learning ways that other cities are engaging their community within the confines of the 5-hearing rule letter that we got from HCD, and that kind of chance to talk to our peers and learn kind of like their creative approaches was really awesome. I have, one of the things that I loved about the academy was that all of the materials, sometimes you go to a conference and there's like a great slideshow, or, the PowerPoint's great, a lot of information, but then it's gone, you never see it again. So they have all those materials available, and they have them available from all of the past conferences. So I'm kind of poking through all of that. So I have the website here. Can I just, is it okay to just pass these out? Or, yeah, we can, yeah, okay. That's sort of like the list of the materials. I'm happy to talk to anybody who's interested in any of those topics to share kind of what we learned. On the community engagement topic as well, at our last hearing, we were considering how we might educate the public around those restrictions that the HCD told us about, the 5-hearing rule and community outreach meetings and that sort of thing. So I was looking at the bylaws and trying to understand how we might roll a workshop up. I think it's point 3 in the. I gave I'll hand them this way and that way. I know I need my papers. Where is it here? Oh, yeah, by written request of 3 or more members of the commission, special meetings or workshops may be called. In our work plan that we approved last year, the commission works strongly and consistently for the enhancement of public participation and knowledge of the planning process, blah, 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 all the normal things that we do, and holds public workshops that serve as educational forums for community members, staff, and commissioners on planning-related issues. I drafted the letter that Section 4.2, special meetings and workshops, addresses, is a way to roll up that workshop just for folks to review and hopefully find a couple of commissioners who might want to sign on so that we could get some workshops rolling up. I do want to add the caveat that I know staff, we're understaffed, and I don't want this to land on staff's lap alone to have to roll this up and do the work. I'm absolutely willing to roll up my sleeves and stand shoulder to shoulder with staff to make sure that this moves forward. So that's it. That's my report.
Thank you, Commissioner Rosales.
Thank you, Tom, for the kind words, and much appreciated. I would echo what you said about Louise. Louise was on the commission when I first got here, and I found Louise to always be very pragmatic and very representative, good representative for the entire community. With her background as an architect and a farmer and the Surf Museum, she always had really good insight and points to make about the community and her deep involvement. And so I served with her and a lot of other good commissioners over these last 15, 16 years. And so to the new commissioners coming in, I would say, listen and learn and ask questions. Don't come with a predetermined idea of what you think the outcome should be. Be open, don't have an agenda, and be fair. And again, listen. Listen is really important. So that would be what I take away from this, and really enjoyed being part of the commission for all these years. And we'll miss it, but it's time to move on and let somebody else do the work.
Thank you, Tom. Commissioner Redgate?
Commissioner Rosales, thank you. Serving for such a long time and your commitment to the city. It's been a pleasure in my first year just listening. I think I've been trying to do that more than, so thank you for your service. And my report out, I don't really have a report out, but thank you, other than that.
Okay, thank you. Oscar?
All right, well, good evening, commissioners. I have a brief, city planner update. So one of those is that our meeting on the 13th will be canceled. We will have our April 27th meeting, though, so you can put that on your calendars. Another clarifying item that I'd like to just bring to your attention. Last meeting, we went over ADUs and the use of density bonus law. So I wanted to clarify that those are two separate reviews. One of them is a ministerial review, which would be the ADU, and that's subject to state legislation, versus density bonus, which is subject to an entitlement as part of a discretionary review. Yes, it's also supported by state legislature. However, those are two different processes. And I think Commissioner Balma brought up the instance or the case in the Inland Empire where there was a project using single-family residential development or a tentative map with ADUs, and there was the application of density bonus. So I want to clarify that even though there were ADUs as part of the project, density bonus wasn't used to increase the number of ADUs for the development. It was used for the actual single-family home. So the ADUs were still, subject to state requirements. And that's my update. I'm available if you have any other questions or concerns regarding that.
Okay, so our next meeting then is April 27th? Okay, this meeting is adjourned.
Recording.